Hello and welcome to another professional review of another Leica product. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Leica APO Summicron M lens. It is aspherical. It's not regular, but it's aspherical. And it's also the APO model. Leica makes another lens that's not as professional, that is not aspherical and is not APO. But this one is the most professional one, APO. I believe APO stands for autofocus, and it's the reason it's not AFO is because focus in German is spelled with a PH, not an F, I think. So I haven't tried it in autofocus mode yet, but I believe that's what APO is. And the great thing about this lens, which is pretty hard to find, is that it's a 35 lens, and I read on the website that, and on the pamphlet too, it said that it can focus from 30 centimeters, but I guess they call it 35 just to make sure that, people don't. If it's like 32 or something and people get upset because they thought it's 30, but 35 covers all bases. So it's handmade. There's no machines involved here, so that's why it's pretty rare too. They're not making that many of them, and it can focus from 30 centimeters. But like I said, they call it 35 aspherical, and I don't know what the aspherical is. It looks pretty circular here. So a sphere is like three-dimensional. Maybe it's because it's not three-dimensional, it's called aspherical. But anyway, it's the professional version. We'll show you some other views as well. That's what it looks like from the side, and it has all these numbers here. And the important ones are in orange. But this lens goes up to 1.2, 1.5. And then, like, there's 2.16, 2.11, and so on and so forth. So it has all the important numbers, and obviously just has a typical Leica cap on the back. Now, the good news with this lens is it can be used with a hybrid camera with the M10D. That's the M10D. I've done a review on that before. You see, there's no screen on the back. But it is, even though it's film, because you rewind it from here, it's digital too. That's why this is hybrid. And you're going to ask, how can you not see how do you see the picture since there's no screen? If you use film, you have to wait for them to be developed. But if you do them digital, you can connect it to your phone. And, with your phone, it can actually, with Bluetooth, you can do that. I haven't done that, but there's a switch in the back that has Bluetooth back here, so you can do Bluetooth and connect to the phone, and then you can see all the pictures on your phone. But that's not the point today. Today we're going to talk about the lens. It's I like it. I was a little bit surprised because they told me that it was expensive, so that's why I went to the store and I brought a whole bunch of money with me, but I didn't really need it. I used some. But by and large, I got away with, I think I got they told me I was getting a good price. And they told me also that it was very rare. Now, it comes with two covers for the front. The first one is your typical Leica cover here. And that's metal, it's not plastic. Leica doesn't use plastic. This is a professional camera. So this fits perfectly like a glove here and covers the lens so you can protect it. But because this is handmade and it's very sensitive, you don't want too much humidity to accumulate in the elements because they're aspherical. So it also comes with this that sort of protects it, but it doesn't cover it completely. So it's still vented, and you won't get fungus in the lens and bacteria and all these things that are known to damage the lens, because the elements here are floating elements. They're not regular elements. So The floating elements are very, very sensitive to sunlight and temperature changes. So even though this is built really robust, it you need to protect it because it's an investment. Like I said, it's pretty expensive, but it's well worth it, especially if you're a professional. This is really the main lens that you want. I'm looking forward to your comments. If you guys use it too, I'd be very curious to see what you think. And thank you very much for listening to my review.